first day of August. Kindly bring us up to speed with what's happening where you are. Wycliffe?
Well, thank you very much, Sam. Out here since morning, we've been keeping an eye on the traffic jam all over the country. And so far, so good. The information that I'm getting right now is that Thika Road coming to town around the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development is thick coming to town. The jam there has been a little bit heavy when people are getting into town. So right now where I'm standing at the Jogoo Road footbridge near the stadium road where people board vehicles here. And traffic here has been a little bit light compared to any other day because Jogoo Road is usually synonymous to the word traffic jam. So today it has been very light and there has not been any much activity to report here. However, while we were trying to access this road, we used Uhuru Highway at the roundabout near Valley Road connecting to Kenyatta Avenue and Uhuru Highway. There was a little bit of jam up to the point where we have the Parliament buildings. Also, Mombasa Road was also thick, but it was moving at the time when we passed there. Equally, Enterprise Road was moving. There was no traffic jam. Lusaka Road equally at the same time was moving. Those are the roads to access this particular place, and that was roughly like 10 minutes ago. So without wasting much time on talking about what's happening on the road, because there's nothing much to talk about, I've got a number of gentlemen here who have joined me. We're talking about Kenya being a multi-party nation, a state that is recognizing multi-party. And yet in the recent past, after the handshake, we saw a thin line developing between the government and opposition. So the question I'm asking out here is do we need an opposition to put the government in check? Or if the opposition is not there, who should take that oversight role and help Kenyans put things into perspective? So thank you very much for joining me. So please tell me your name, and do you think that Kenya, we need an opposition to put the government on check?
Okay, my name is Humphrey. Kenya really needs an opposition. I really liked the politics between 2013 and 2017. The government was on toss, and I really liked that. So being now that I can't deny the handshake, I really loved it because it brought peace among our members of the country. It brought peace. It brought peace everywhere in our country. But my opinion is we really need an opposition. Because without an opposition, whatever the government decides to do, it will be supported, whether it is bad or good. And we really need good things. That is why I really need an opposition. Yeah.
In this case that we are in, who do you think should take the role of oversight? Should the parliament chip in, or should independent candidates chip in, or should independent candidates gang up with the NASA team that is still intact?
Okay, the NASA team, I can't say it is intact right now, because we can see from our leaders themselves, they are not intact. But the NASA or the independent candidates, some months ago, Dr. Ukuru Aukot said that he will take up the role of opposition, being the opposition leader. Yet I can see he is really silent. I would like to our NASA members, I'd like our NASA leader to bring up the opposition that was there in 2013 and 2017. Yeah.
Somebody was saying that Kenyans are so much political. If we don't have politics at play, then it's like we're losing something in ourselves. And that's the reason why they are calling out for, they need to see somebody who is coming out to talk about some of the issues that they are seeing around. Do you think Kenyans are too much political?
We have to be political because something cannot be done in a wrong way, and yet we are keeping quiet. That is why, let me say, the issues of corruption going on Kenya Power, NYS, yeah, such like issues. If in case we don't speak, who else will speak on our behalf? We just need to be that political in that political era, so that we can be put on toes. Our leaders can be put online. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time. There's another gentleman here, if you might join us.
Yes, thank you very
Please tell
much.
us your name, and do you think that Kenyans will need a strong opposition like we used to have before, so that we can make sure that some of the things that we need to take to be handled very fast and as we want them?
First of all, I'm Arnold. About opposition, I think there's still present opposition. It's only that they have joined hands with the government and they are working together. So the role of opposition is still in place. I don't think it's not there. That's my opinion.
Now that they are in the position, we've seen a thin line developing between the opposition and government. Do you think that they will be very vocal like they used to be before?
Probably not, because they are the joint forces. They are trying to work together. So the Agenda 4 will be pushed, and I believe through that, because this is not time for politicking. Politicking will have its time when the time comes. But right now, it's to work. The government manifesto is being supported by the opposition leader, who yesterday, after an interview, he said very well that he is still the leader of opposition, and is still the leader of NASA, and still the leader of ODM.
Kenyans are said to be taking politics like food on a daily basis. When they don't get this politics on a daily basis, then there's something amiss. And they've said, do you think that Kenyans are so much political that it's quite unnecessary?
Politics is democracy. Kenya is a backbone of democracy in East Africa. Yeah, so politics is part of life. So long as it is constructive politics, there is no problem. Yes.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Asante sana. Well, one thing that is coming out clearly, there are a contrasting opinion here. There's a person who is saying there's still an opposition that is working together with the government so that they can achieve the Agenda 4, that have been tabled since the last elections. And there's a person who is saying right now we don't have any, so we really need to have a person who will come out and talk vocally about some of the issues. Because if the opposition is working together with the government, then there will be very little that they can address strongly. They can come out and address strongly. However, after all said and done, I'm going to hand over the program to you, Jogoo, so that you can continue as I keep updating Kenyans on the road updates. So right now at the Jogoo Road, what's happening is traffic is slowly building up near the Likoni Road. There is a little bit of traffic coming into town, but it's moving. This has been caused by a number of vehicles which are dropping people near the stadium stage. However, the things are moving. At the roundabout near Landis and Lusaka Road, the police are there and the traffic is moving very, 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 very fast. Yes, for now, Rose, let me hand it back to you so that you can continue with the program.